Hi guys, Andy here. Let's have a look at the NASDAQ futures. For the record, today is Tuesday, December 19th. Time is around 6 p.m. GMT. So here we are, a new all-time high also in the NASDAQ. Now, this is quite exceptional to make an all-time high in a bear market, especially if a crisis and recession is coming. So therefore, this is once more evidence that we should not care much about fundamentals, about news, about financial media, about so-called experts and opinion makers. I think it's way better just to take it day by day, look at the data, do your own analysis, and this is exactly what we will do now. So here we are looking at the weekly chart. And as I said, a new all-time high. So this means that the bullish sequence in the higher time frame simply continues. Therefore, I still stick with my two bullish scenarios now, the one indicated in green, which is the least bullish, I would say, of the two, because here we rely on an exhaustion pattern. We have 5 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are seeing divergence now, so this could mean that this wave 1 here is ending. At the same time, as we will see in the lower time frame, there are some bullish indications on the lower time frame, and therefore I also would like to consider the scenario where this is a wave 1, shallow wave 2 pullback, and that we are now actually working on the wave 3, and then a 4 and a 5 should also follow. Now, of course, I cannot look into the future, and it's always important to be prepared. So if the data, or if we start to get data that I have to change these two scenarios or replace one of the two scenarios into a bearish one, I will. I just want to share right now with you what could be a bearish scenario with the data we currently have, but I don't put it on the chart yet because it simply makes no sense to assume a bearish scenario now, but we have to prepare it. And what I would do then, I would do further analysis to make this more concrete. But how I see it, what can happen, like if we have to be bearish, then what I would like to see is that we take out the RSI reading right here, and that we are actually creating an overshooting wave B. And then this whole structure can be interpreted as an expanded flat, where this is still the end of a cycle, but then we come down as an ABC, so a wave A in 3, 1, 2, 3, what a flat typically does, overshooting wave B, but of course we cannot overshoot too much. I typically like to work with the level of the 1 point, let me quickly, the 1.236 FIB extension for an expanded flat. So of course, if we go beyond that level, this would not be a wave B anymore, but let's say we stay in this area, then the bearish possibility would be that we have expanded flat, and then from here impulse down, even taking out the low right here. But like I said, for the moment, way too early. There is no reason to assume this, but it is something that is possible. And if the data starts to give me indications that we could do this, I will simply replace my scenario and act accordingly. Okay, so this is what we see in the weekly time frame. So here still exhaustion pattern, what we see here in green, in the green scenario, but I start to doubt because of what we start to see in the lower time frame, like here in the daily. Like our wave 3 is always supposed to be the strongest wave, actually the strongest, definitely in RSI. So what we see here on the daily is that actually my supposed to be fifth wave is actually still strong, and this is normally not the case how an impulse ends. You should see divergence in your fifth wave. So now we did not take it out here, the wave 3 of 3, but we are quite close in taking it out. And so if we would take it out, then we might have the scenario where we have our wave 1 right here, shallow wave 2 pullback, and that we are actually now working on the wave 3. That could be a possibility. Or at the same time, as I explained in the weekly, if this is an overshooting wave B, then we can also end here quite strong. And then if this is an overshooting wave B, then I would call for this here, or wave A, wave B down, and wave C up. So an A, B, C as a wave B. But more details in a later video once the data really suggests a scenario like this. Then on the 4-hour, let's have a look here. It is a bit an annoying situation, I would say, like in the sense that we are having our divergence for quite some time now. The divergence is, or we still respect the divergence, so I cannot get rid of the like the pattern here, or the ending impulse. I have to stick to what the data is telling me, but at the same time we are still moving up, like step by step in like little steps, let's say little moves. We are going up, and yeah, it looks like the market wants to punish like early sellers, like just take them out. But at the same time, the conditions here of an ending structure are still respected. Like we have our 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth wave, and at the same time we also still have our divergence. So therefore this can still be an ending impulse. However, things would change if we would clearly take out here the RSI reading. Then we have a new cycle, and then it means that we would be working here on this third wave. If we go to the 1 hour, similar situation here. If we start to analyze from the low right here, this is still an ending structure. We have our 5 waves, we have our divergence, but at the same time we are moving up again, just like we or the market wants to take out early sellers, punish early sellers. So let's see how this further develops. But for now, I would say, or I have to interpret this still as an ending structure. 5 waves, and we have our divergence right here. I would situate the wave 3 right here, then the 4 here, and now we are working on this 5th wave. And also here in the 15-minute, in my last video, I gave you some kind of possibility that we might do something like an ending Diagonal as a fifth wave, like there was a possibility that we ended right here. I also told you this because we made a new high here. We had a divergence, but at the same time, I told you this can also be, instead of the fifth wave, the wave one of the fifth wave. And yeah, this is now what we are getting. Like here, then it became clear that we started a new cycle because of this high RSI reading. And so now it looks like, or my best estimate would be that this is our tree right now, although something like this is also possible, that this here is the wave 3 of 3, and this is the end of our wave 3, and then what we need is still a fourth and a fifth wave. Okay, that's my analysis for now. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment to support my work. And I see you one of the next days for another video on the NASDAQ. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.